What is going on, guys? This is B Red,
And this is Postman.
and this is Poor Therapy. And if you have any questions, or you just want to talk about a subject, or you got something on your mind, feel free to call this number at the bottom of the screen, and we'll take your call and just talk to you. But yeah, hope everybody's having a good night.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Let me bringing up Google Voice real quick.
Mm.
Any day now. That way, if somebody does call, we'll have it ready. But anyway, how was your day today, Sean?
It was pretty good. I've had a pretty good day. Great day, even. Went shopping a little bit. Came home. Took a nap. Went and worked out. I know you're jealous of my nap. Say it. Say it.
I am a little jealous of your nap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to take naps anymore.
Cause I'm a dad.
Hey, I will say it does suck sometimes because you don't get to take naps. You got to really limit your time on things you do because then you got to get up at 6 o'clock and put one kid on the bus, and then by that time the other kid's already up because she heard the other one up. So you're up for the whole day. And now my kid doesn't really take naps during the day, so it's just full daddy time. But let's see, my day today. It was all right. I mean, so I had to go to the bank today to get a new debit card because my debit card got hacked again.
Oh boy, that's happened to me once, I think.
Well, I just had to get a card like 2 months ago because somebody over in California was trying to buy pizza and then a plane ticket. What else was there? There was something else. I can't. It was three things, but I can't remember. This time it was only two. So they spent $82 on some website. I don't know exactly what it was. It didn't really like give much information. And then they tried to spend $100 in OnlyFans. So, because as soon as I seen that and it popped up and it said OnlyFans, I was like, what the hell? That's not me. And I hurry up, clicked on it, locked out my bank account, and I called my bank, told them what was going on. And then they told me to go and get a new card. And then I got to the bank, and then the bank was like, Mr. Hensley, this is your third card this year. If you get any more, you're going to have to pay for it. And I'm like, well, it's not like I mean for the hackers or whoever's getting my shit is getting it. So I'm no longer ordering anything off of Amazon, TikTok, or Temu with my debit cards. What I did is I ordered a Cash App card because it's free.
Yeah.
And anytime I need to order something online, I will transfer money over to my Cash App card, and I will use that to order whatever I want online.
Yeah, a lot of people use like PayPal for that.
Well, I've never had a PayPal, so
that's how old Elon Musk. That was his first business, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was. I'm surprised you knew that. But yeah, so got a new debit card. Came home. We decided that we were going to take the girls out for an early Valentine's Day, and got them a toy, and then we went out and ate at Wood Grill. And not gonna lie, the Wood Grill experience was a little stressful because my youngest is still in that stage where she's kind of hard to control, and she hasn't really been in a lot of like restaurant situations or anything.
Yeah.
So she's
wound up.
Yeah. So we had to deal with that. She's pretty whiny. Wouldn't eat anything other than pie. Or it wasn't pie. It was some Oreo thing or whatever, and then she ate some fruit. That's all we could get her to eat. That I don't know how she hasn't starved to death yet because she won't eat like any meat. Like she barely eats anything. I honestly don't know how she's still alive, really. So yeah, hopefully that improves. But that's how my day went. And then I had to hurry up, scramble home, throw some things on a piece of paper, and hurry up and look up some stuff. And then here we are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, I think I'm going through dehydration. So I've been drinking a lot of water because I've had a headache for like 9 hours. Yeah, that's basically it. That's how my day went. So yeah.
Get your politics out of the way.
All right. I'm gonna get my politics out of the way. So I haven't really looked up much, but the White House did release something about the JFK files.
Okay.
And they said that they have like 2,000 or something new papers that they found in their archives that they have to go over. Me personally, just because even though it's like Trump's administration or whatever, you always gotta look at it a way of like, what are they trying to distract you from?
Yeah.
What are they hiding? So I don't know if it's like really like they just never knew they had 2,000 documents of the JFK files or not, but it doesn't feel right, if that makes any sense. But that just could be like my feeling off and whatnot. But
your general distrust of the government.
Yeah, my general distrust. What do you think about the Department of Education closing?
You just hit me with something that I have no idea. So the Department of Education is closing.
Yeah, so Musk and Trump just scrapped it.
What did it do?
So basically, it just funded all the public schools. It funded programs for like special ed and stuff like that. But all those programs aren't getting canceled. All those programs are getting moved to the Human Resources Department of the administration. So really the only thing that they're really canceling is the government having hold of our education system and telling everybody what they're supposed to learn or whatever. So now it will go to the state's hands and the state will control. But there is, when the state had control of our education, we were actually smarter. In the top 40 countries, the modern countries or whatever, we're ranked 40 in education. So out of all the 40 top modern countries, we're the dumbest.
You really shit on America a lot.
I mean, I'm just letting people know like our bads and whatnot and how we can improve.
And you praise China a lot. You gotta
No,
worry, man.
I don't. I would never want to live in China.
I'm gonna walk in here one day. There's gonna be a red flag back there with a star.
No, I mean, the only thing China has good for them is that they're a dictatorship and they can. I'm not saying a dictatorship's good. I'm saying that if they want to develop some type of technology or whatever, they don't have any red tape that they have to put over, restrictions. They just do whatever the fuck they want and they can do it. America, we're the greatest and everything, but we have a lot of setbacks and restrictions. And
usually those are for good reasons, though.
Yeah, but unfortunately, for like the last 20 years, our government has over-regulated everything pretty much just to be able to get every penny they can. So, and that's one thing that Trump's doing is he's taking out all the crazy regulations we don't need. So I'm happy about that.
I don't think it should be by state.
Why not?
Maybe a controversial take here.
So you want the government to have a hand
the state is still the government.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, but it can, the state can run certain departments better because it's a smaller entity and they can have more input and control.
Now, so I
The
guess
government overall, like the government just trying to control everything just doesn't work. Like what efficiency or whatever does our government have? Like what would you say that they do well?
the Department of Defense.
That's only because they throw trillions of dollars at it. And technically, after Trump gets through all of his budget cuts and everything, that'll be kind of cut up a little bit.
All right.
But go ahead.
Let's take it back here.
All right, taking it back.
About the schooling. So, I mean, it's probably not going to be as like dramatic or drastic change as I'm imagining, but I imagine that we'll get to a point to where high school diplomas will not be on equal footing across states. And I
mean, they're already not. You know, we're going through a what is it called? I was reading about it like a couple months ago. Degree collapse. So we have too many degrees out there and not enough jobs to soak them in or whatever. And that's causing a degree collapse, which therefore in the later years, people won't touch those degrees because nobody can get a job in them now. And so there's a little bit of like a collapse with it. And plus, with you got to think of AI that's going to eliminate a shit ton of jobs.
It's also going to create a lot of jobs
in certain areas, but like all the have you seen the robots, the waiter robots and stuff?
No.
Oh my god! All right, let me put this down on a piece of paper. I'm gonna show you. So basically, in 5 years, you're not gonna need a waiter. You're not gonna need like half of the people out there, like especially in our area where those jobs are kind of critical. Our area is gonna be fucked because eventually, when all these robots and all these companies start buying them, there's not gonna be any jobs for like the common blue collar person.
Yeah, but we're decades away from that. You act like this is going to happen tomorrow. Our county cannot afford robot waiters.
No, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, I think in 10 years, that's a good time. And
I think it'll be way too expensive because all the resources that go into making a robot is insane. And then all the parts repair, the faults, the lawsuits that'll come out for robots choking little kids. I mean, you name it. It's going to be. I think it'll be quite some time before we get that far. And I think by the time we reach that point, where like there's a robot waiter in every household, that like we'll have figured something else out for people to do.
Okay. I'm giving it 10 years. And the only reason I say I give it 10 years is there's already like companies, I would say, like in DC and stuff like that, they're already like heavily invested into all this. So all that's just going to trickle out.
The most advanced robot in the world is what? Boston Dynamics, right?
I think they're one of them, yeah.
And it's like that's billions of dollars put into this like one robot, and you think that this is going to be in every household?
Not in every household, but definitely like the companies and whatnot.
I think it'll start off in like the big cities, you know,
yeah,
the ones that can afford that kind of stuff.
Wouldn't it be cool though to like get home and like your robot's just sitting there waiting on you? Already have like the house clean.
I wouldn't trust it.
You wouldn't trust it?
No, people can hack my computer. They're gonna hack my robot and kill me. No, thank you.
Yeah, but by then they'll have like some type of like admin.
Or the movie I, Robot's going to happen. Or Skynet.
I mean, Skynet's a good possibility. I think it'd be cool though to have your own robot. My thing though is I'd personalize it way too much. I'm like, get in here, Jarvis. Let's go. Anyway, what was we talking about?
Schooling across America.
Oh yeah. So, I would rather. I think, in my opinion, or whatever, that the states taking education back over is probably for the better. Because, like I said, the last 20 years we've just been on the bottom charts, and we pay the most for schooling in all the countries, and yet we're last. So therefore, there's something not adding up. Hopefully, they can figure out what's up. But the other thing is with all these like AI things coming out, and you can eventually you're gonna be able to get like a brain chip. You're gonna be knowing everything. So eventually, in like I don't know, give or take 50 to 100 years, when somebody's born, pop that shit in there. Now, when they're one, they'll be already knowing every language. That's gonna be insane.
No, I think a law will be put in place that it'll be like they have to wait till they're 18.
It depends on what country. Americans, yeah, we'll probably have to wait. Other countries, they're gonna want the edge and to be able to be better, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Any babies that are born, let's put those chips in, and it's gonna be a scary time then. I don't think I'll be alive when that happens. But yeah.
If you could download your brain into a computer, would you do it?
Would I download my brain? Actually, yeah, I would. Because even though if I do download my brain to a computer or a chip or whatever, it's still not my consciousness. And I don't think we'd ever be able to replicate consciousness. And whenever I die or pass on or whatever, there goes me. I'll be going to wherever consciousness goes to. So, God, fucking pop-ups. So if it ever becomes a time where we could download our brains and stuff, I think I'd do it just to see what happens. Would you?
Oh yeah.
You would do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually reading something about consciousness that the CIA put out. They put it out in like the 90s of how they think reincarnation might be real, because they did a bunch of studies, and apparently like consciousness just can't die, but it's energy, and energy can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. And they think that like the whole reincarnation thing might actually be real.
It sounds like witchcraft.
I mean, but just think about it. Like your consciousness goes whenever, the body holding it dies. It goes. Where does it go? Does it just disintegrate with the body, or does it go somewhere else?
I mean, isn't it called being brain dead?
Yeah. If you could reincarnate, what would you like to reincarnate? I know you have no choice in the matter, but what would you choose?
Other than human?
You can choose anything.
Not a human.
Okay. You choose human?
Yeah.
Huh.
I like my thumbs.
That's kind of crazy though, if you actually think about it. Like if I pass away and I'm reincarnated, I'm reincarnated into something else, and I have no past remembrance of who I was in the past. It's like a clean slate. That's kind of crazy. It's hard to wrap your brain around that type of stuff. But on other news, RFK Jr. got confirmed as the head health of America. So I'm hoping he can get in, start changing some things with like our foods and our medical system and whatnot, and hopefully something good happens. Right now, Trump's actually going all out. If you read some stuff, he's hitting them pretty hard.
How do you feel about the Gulf of America?
I don't really care. I mean, it's been renamed a couple times. One more ain't gonna hurt it, and I'm sure in 100 years it's gonna be called something else. So that doesn't really affect or matter to me. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something. I was gonna say something else, and I just totally blanked on it. But yeah, so RFK got the head health seat, so we'll see if he can't change anything. I got a feeling that if things do change, there's going to be a lot of kickbacks and stuff from companies and whatnot. But we got to get through it and try to get people back on the healthy track.
So you think that it's fine for the government to regulate and push like our health, like at the FDA and stuff like that, in what we consume, but not what we teach our kids? Should you, if we're talking about like freedoms, and it's like, well, I should be able to learn what I want to learn and yada yada yada. And it's like I should be able to consume what I want to consume.
Well, the thing is what you're consuming eventually turns into cancer and other things. So
people smoke cigarettes.
Yes, I get that too, but I mean, like there's addictive additives and certain sugary foods and stuff that in other countries aren't like that. They're still sugary. They just don't have the addictive properties to make you eat a whole bag or like this or that. So I think that, and all the extra chemicals that are in our foods that don't need to be in, that are only in because the companies don't want to pay to get rid of it, they'll just stick it in this and have somebody eat it. I don't think that's right. So I think that, yeah, if you're going to put out a product for American people, it should be as healthy as it can be and not cause any bad effects in the long term.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like some of the responsibility is on the individual. And
it is an individual. I mean, you have the power to choose what you eat.
Yeah.
But I do think that basically 90% of a grocery store is all shit.
I don't believe that.
Oh yeah. Next time we go to the grocery store, I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. And I don't know if it's bad that I know a lot of the stuff, but like there's a lot of chemicals in there that make no sense being in there.
What kind of food are you buying, dude? Do you not go down the fresh foods aisle?
Yeah, I go down that aisle too. But I'm talking, I can't say like the foods because then the company will hit us with some stupid shit if we make it big or whatever. But next time we go to the grocery store, I'll show you some stuff. But
stay away from the Oreos.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that, but I mean, there are things in certain foods. On other news, did you know that we have an asteroid headed to us?
Hey, I do know about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And
in like 2032.
Yep. And it's not a planet killer. It's a city killer. And unfortunately for South America or Africa, that's about the range where it might hit. It's got a 1 in 52% chance, or one out of 52 to hit. And if it does, it's gonna destroy, like they said, anywhere from roughly, I think I remember reading like 50 square miles or something like that. So whatever this thing hits is gonna be pretty bad. But I don't actually think it's gonna hit us, and I'm hoping NASA's got some type of plans if it does happen to be on our path that they can do something to, I don't know, get rid of it. Like I don't see why they wouldn't just throw a nuke at it.
The movie Armageddon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw a nuke at it.
Well, because then it turns it into thousands of little pieces.
Well, that's fine.
And it's like a shotgun blast.
Yeah, but those thousands of little pieces, like
a lot of them will burn up in the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the smaller pieces will be even smaller, and if they do hit, they're not going to cause like this huge amount of damage.
They'll be covered in radiation.
That's fine. We'll deal with that.
No, that's no.
And actually,
I'd rather drink a whole vat of yellow fire than deal with radiation.
we have nukes that don't deal radiation. Do you know that?
Talk about hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could throw one of those at it. So, I mean, I don't see why they don't do that. I mean, we threw nukes at the radiation belt that surrounds Earth. We threw nukes. I think it was Jupiter. You know about that? Yeah, so Jupiter or Saturn, I can't remember. Which one's the Saturn's the one with the rings, right? Yeah, Saturn. So it's Jupiter. I think it was in the 70s or early 80s. We sent a spacecraft to it, and it had like 3 or 4 nukes in it, and we wanted to see if we could light it up because it's a gas giant.
Mm-hmm.
It's a failed star,
Mm-hmm.
and we wanted to see if
That sounds like a horrible idea. I don't know who came up with
it is. And they did it.
They're like, you know what? We need 2 suns.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is like maybe seeing if they could make other moons and planets habitable, if they could catch Jupiter on fire. And I mean, they did it, but nothing happened. I think for something as big as Jupiter, and you have to see what it's mainly made of. So if it's like not explosive gases and whatnot, it's not really going to do anything, and that's what happened. It didn't do much. But yeah. So back onto the asteroid. Hopefully it doesn't hit us. If it is in our path, hopefully NASA and the other space agencies have a plan to divert it or destroy it. But we will just have to see. So 2032 is going to be a pretty interesting time. Give me a second. Oh, my other thing. So there was apparently, I forget where it was at. Oh, the country Georgia. So there was 100 females that were kidnapped and pumped with hormones to be able to be farmed for their eggs. Ain't that crazy? Like, it was a bunch of Chinese, like, mafia or gangsters or whatever that are doing it. But they were basically keeping these girls chained up, drugged with hormones so that they could constantly keep producing eggs so that the gangsters and stuff could extract them and sell them on the black market.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
I believe it.
I never would have thought something like that is possible. I mean, not possible, but like happening.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole. What do you think that need came from? Did it come from like people just wanting to have babies and needing the eggs? Where do you think it arose from?
I'm surprised there's not more to the story. Like, this is a little off topic. There's a movie called, I think, Animal Farm. It's like a fucking C-rated horror movie, and basically, like, they kidnap people and they like they treat them like cattle essentially. Like
Okay.
they impregnate the women, they milk them. All the men like pretty much go to slaughter.
No.
They eat the babies because it's like veal, and yeah, it's real messed up. So like I'm kind of surprised there's not more to it. Like that they weren't getting more out of it, out of their product, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's horrible. It's sick, but I don't know the need for because that's all about like cannibals and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, and so I don't know, like maybe like the black market. You know, there's a need for it, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of crazy. Hopefully, those people, you know, I couldn't even imagine going through that though. Being chained up, getting shots every day, and you know those shots got to be like messing the person up because it's just like pure hormones, and so your brain's probably just going everywhere. And then on top of that, I don't even know how they harvest the eggs.
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, I guess they would like put them up in that pregnancy thing and then
That's not.
take some time.
That's not.
But yeah, so hopefully those people, you know, have a better time now. But I got a couple TikToks I saved for you.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. Hey, no, I'm trying to remember some of them. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta share it. Share. Boom. Oh God, don't do this to me. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me cut that out just in case. All right. Oh, so this one right here.
Imagine.
All right. So this is a little bit about what we was talking about last week. So I'll play the video.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
A world where the dodo, the iconic symbol of extinction, returns to the lush forests of Mauritius. Well, that's a world that we live in because Colossal Biosciences stands at the forefront of this vision, harnessing cutting-edge science to resurrect a species that has been lost for centuries. Bringing back the dodo would be significant for several reasons. It would help restore lost biodiversity and ecosystems, filling niches that have been vacant since the bird's extinction. And we actually have preserved dodo.
I think that's a little hogwash about dodos being. He's making it seem like the dodos are an essential species.
They were essential, but I mean, just the fact that they want to bring them back and they actually can, it's kind of crazy.
Would you eat one?
I would. Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't know. It'd probably taste like chicken, honestly, because I mean, most birds do. But just the fact that they want to bring back the dodos.
You think they'd be trying to do like rhinos? Or
well,
something?
There's actually a company that's trying to bring back the mammoths, and what they're doing is, which I think it's in 2028, is when they should have the first mammoth. But what they're doing is they're taking an African elephant, and they're putting in the mammoth DNA into the egg, and the baby will be born pretty much a hybrid. I mean, it's going to be like half African elephant, half mammoth. But eventually, if they keep breeding the mammoths, they'll eventually have more mammoths, or the DNA will be more mammoths.
That's if the offspring can reproduce.
Yeah,
because a lot of hybrids can't.
Yeah, like mules
or ligers.
Yeah. But that's pretty cool. Eventually in, I don't know, 40 years, we could be going to a real Jurassic Park and seeing raptors and T-Rexes. And
if Jurassic Park exists, would you go to it?
I would. Yeah.
I don't know.
You wouldn't go to it?
I don't know.
Just to see a big ass lizard looking at you, like wanting to eat you. Hopefully they have security measures in place that wouldn't happen. I'd go. I'd go to look at them.
I wouldn't go without a weapon. I'd be like, you gotta let me be strapped.
Obviously, I think they would have some type of titanium cages or diamond glass.
What I don't understand is why don't they put like a kill switch in them? Just put like a little bomb in their brain. That they can just be like, boop.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I don't know. Hopefully they figure out something like that, because that would be that or something that just puts them to sleep, like a chip that just instantly like just turns everything off. But yeah, I'd go. I don't know. I would think it'd be pretty cool, because I mean, you got to think they've been dead for millions of years, so just seeing something like it would be pretty cool. But hopefully, you know, they do it the right way and something bad doesn't happen, like an explosion of population, and they get out and start overrunning everything. That'd be bad. But I'd definitely go. All right, let me show you this other one. I can't remember half the stuff I save. I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, so this one is political. And basically, Trump put out that him and Putin had a phone call. It was apparently like a 3-hour phone call. So, I mean, they were talking about...
I'm sure they had a lot to catch up on. It's been 4 years.
But he basically said that they were talking about the Ukraine war and a way to end it, and that he sent information over to, how you say this dude's name? The president of Ukraine, which
Zelensky?
Yeah. Trump sent him some papers saying that, you know, this is how they're going to go in this way. And he pretty much came out and said that he rules out any talks of peace and whatnot if Ukraine isn't at the table talking with them too. Which, I mean, I kind of get it. Like, you know, you're your own country, and
someone else is kind of speaking on your behalf.
The other thing is I get where Trump's coming from too, because he's funded. I mean, he didn't fund it, but America's funded Ukraine. So I get where he kind of gets where he has the power to do so. And I mean, obviously, you can cut that funding off, which, I mean, I think they did. But yeah, I'm not going to play the whole video because it's in Russian, and I just don't feel like.
I don't think you even need to play the video.
Yeah.
You said what it was about.
All right, there we go then. All right, I do got another one though. So this one I saved just for you.
So we have an update.
I don't really keep up with this stuff. Has to do with like computer hard drives and chips and stuff like that. So apparently, whatever new one just came out is like burning all the computers.
Talking about the Ryzen?
I don't know. I hear you. I'll let you. I saved it just for you, by the way.
Update on Ivan's melted 5090. And there's some pretty interesting things here. Der Bauer was able to get his hands on the 3 pieces of the equation. This includes Ivan's GPU, cable, and power supply, so he could take a closer look. I would highly recommend going and watching this video, but I really wanted to make this because I think every PC gamer needs to see this. So we talked to Ivan for almost 3 hours, and it turns out that, yeah, Ivan is a PC enthusiast. He knows what he's doing, this isn't his first rodeo, and he made sure that his connector was plugged in properly on both ends. So user error is not to blame here. And Der Bauer doesn't think that the third-party cable is the culprit either. In fact, he found something out about his own Founders Edition 5090 that further...
Okay,
right.
So what are you trying to get at here?
Just that, you know, this might be something you might be interested in. Because it's the new, what is this? The 5090 NVIDIA. Which, I mean... I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But anyway, I just saved it because I thought you'd be interested in
See,
it.
this is kind of what I'm talking about, going back to the robot thing. Like, this is supposed to be state-of-the-art technology right now, the 5090s, right?
Well, I mean, the state of the art technology would be the Willow chip that Google has, the quantum chip. This is like, you know, an upgrade from our regular computers. But go ahead.
So that's not the only one that's like having problems. There's a AMD Ryzen something series that just came out. It's a CPU that keeps burning up. It's only happened like I think 3 or 4 times that we know of. But like, you know, there's so much money backing this kind of stuff, this technology, and yet like we can't keep it from overheating and frying itself.
I mean, yeah, you do have a point. I just think Nvidia just kind of threw it out there. For one, I think they threw it out because they needed money because of that whole their stock kind of collapse thing when what was it, DeepSeek, I think is what it was called. So China released their version of ChatGPT, and it only took them like 3 years to do it, and I think it like $10 million to make their own. It took us 10 years and like 30 billion. And so that
There you go, stroking China again.
I'm not stroking China. I'm just saying that caused Nvidia stock and Facebook's and all the other tech giants stocks like to literally lose like billions and billions of dollars in like seconds. And I think that they just threw that whatever they had at the moment out to try to rank in more money and drive their stock price up again. And then now they're dealing with the consequences of just throwing something out there to try to rake in profit. But yeah, I also have another one. So this one involves, oh, give me a second. I hate doing this. This one involves, don't you do it. Let me see, where's it at?
Huge breaking news right now. The French government has collapsed for the first.
All right, so he pretty much said everything you need to know. So the French government has collapsed. So they basically have no government until, let's see, I actually don't know.
Time since 1962, a vote of no confidence has prevailed and the French government has collapsed. The current prime minister, just a few months after being essentially nominated by Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, will be ousted.
All right, I don't get that. They have a president. What does he do if their government collapsed? Is he still in charge? I don't know how the French government works, really. I'm going to have to Google that. I saved it because I thought it was important. So, I mean, obviously, God, why is it doing that? Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Give me a second.
Technical difficulties.
Just a little bit. I'm trying to get it off. No. I got 2 screens here, by the way. Well, give me a minute, guys.
I'm gonna get you a new laptop
I know.
so you can give your uncle back his one.
Might have to.
Was the stream messed up?
No, I trying to get the. Why is it doing that? I'm trying to get to where I can get the share screen off. Because right now, people only see. What is that? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. All right, never mind. We're back to normal.
All right, now don't touch it.
All right, I'm not touching it. So I can't remember what was on. Oh, the next thing I was gonna share is apparently there's like 5 or 6 rivers around the world that are turning red, and they don't know why. And apparently that's in like the Revelations in the
Mhm.
Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was pretty interesting. So I mean, it could be close to the end times.
It started raining frogs. Look out for the locusts.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything's possible.
The firstborn child gonna die.
I don't think that's in there, is it? I haven't read the Revelations in a long time. Like I said, I went through a religion. I went through like a religion phase when I was like 16, 17. And I read the Bible. And I even looked into like other religions and whatnot.
Oh.
And none of them really connected. I don't know. I don't know why. I couldn't connect with anything. The only thing that kind of like made logical sense to me was
Buddhism.
nah. I mean, Buddhism, is that the one where it's like reincarnation and everything?
I don't know if Buddhism's reincarnation. I know that's like monks and stuff.
I think it is. I think it is reincarnation. Because I think Hindu and Buddhism both do the reincarnation thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't really connect with any of them. I mean, and even now, I can't get into that mindset. Like, I get what people say when, like, I have a spirit and this is a physical body and my spirit houses the physical body and everything. But I just can't, like, I don't know. It's just something there that tells, like, gives me a feeling that something just isn't right. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. We'll just have to see how the future pans out. I'm waiting for the laptop to go back to normal, by the way. But I don't think it's going to. Anyway, what do you got?
Oh man, what do I got? Let's get into some therapy. I was gonna talk about some video games, but
Borderlands 4 coming out in September 23rd.
yeah.
So the funny thing about that is, when did we play it? I think it was Tuesday night. My oldest, she wanted to play Minecraft, but the only thing she wants to do in Minecraft is being creative and like build stuff.
Okay.
And I like to be in survival and like work my way up and everything and like earn what I do. And we couldn't. I wasn't going to do creative. I told her, I was like, no, like it's too boring. Like if we're going to play Minecraft, we're going to play survival. And she did not want to do that. So then I was like, all right. I was like, how about this? I'll download Borderlands 2 and we'll play that. And so we
It's
downloaded
quite
it.
the jump.
Well, I didn't have any other type of like kid games.
What about Magica? Remember that? I mean, you played it in the trailer. Magica 2. It's where you play as like little wizards and you learn different like elemental spells throughout the game. But like me and you, there's this one spell that like you had like a beam, an energy beam, and if you click the beams together on the map, an explosion happened.
I can't picture it. Google it real quick.
I think as soon as you see it, you can be like, oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't like that.
But yet you think she'd like Borderlands.
Well, we played it we got let's see, got to like level 8 or something like that, and then we had to get off, and I had to make dinner, and she had to get ready for bed and everything. But she does still want to keep playing it, so I guess that's gonna be our like game to play or whatever.
You don't think you should be encouraging and embracing your child's imagination?
I've tried. So in the summer, I even made her go outside, and we went back here to the backyard, and I was teaching her how to like build a fort and everything, and I was trying to get her to like use her imagination, and she just wouldn't do it. She said it was too hard, and she didn't like it. So after like 30 minutes of doing that, and then I was like, well, you know, we got like a whole woods behind us. Let's just go explore and like see what we can find. No, she didn't want. She did not want to do that. So we ended up going back inside. I don't think I'm gonna have much luck with my first one with the whole imagination thing. I might have some luck with my second one. My second one's more, what's the word I'm looking for? She's definitely different. Like, my first one's a big baby. My second one,
She's laying it out there, man. Hope she doesn't watch this.
I'm just saying.
It's fine, let it out. This is therapy, baby.
So my first kid, she's a big baby. She cries about everything. My second kid, she's kind of a brute. Like, if something makes her mad, or like, you know, she's fighting with her sister, she'll just go up and just blam. And I feel like I have more of a chance to get her to do her imagination skills and whatnot. But yeah, so we started playing Borderlands 2. We'll see how far we get in it.
What about like painting or clay?
I'm not really into painting or clay.
It doesn't matter it don't matter what you're interested in.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna do it with them, I gotta be interested in it too. But I mean, that she paints, and we bought her a paint thing for Christmas, so she does that.
You ever let her do your nails?
No. She does do Carmen's and the baby's nails though. They've done that. They just recently did that like 2 nights ago. But yeah, so yeah, there's that. What you got?
Do you want me to do this one?
Let's hear it.
I should be laughing. It's messed up. Okay, so we got a Reddit post here. Title is "Life Sucks." So by the time you're reading this, I've already repainted my room using a 9mm. Why am I laughing? Oh God, I've wasted my 20s in an abusive relationship. Now that I didn't want to be a doormat and dumped her, I regret it. I don't feel like I'll get that kind of affection in someone caring about me anywhere else. My grades in the university are dog shit. I don't feel anything enough to really care. I'll probably just flunk out the final semester. I can't be bothered to give a shit anymore. In the end, I don't care anymore. I'm not happy in life. I bought a gun as a way out. It's time to use the door.
Ugh. All right. Let's see here. My advice for this person is do not get stuck in the moment. Everybody goes through something similar, if not worse. Yeah, don't get stuck in the moment. Everything usually goes away. Everything is better eventually. If you can just keep going, push through it, you can get to the light of the tunnel. You know, not that light, but a better light, better life, better path. The problems this person is currently going through, what do you do? Break up with somebody?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the end of the world. So many people, myself included, got caught up in the whole relationship thing. Like if you have somebody you love and it's working, that's great. If it's not working, then either one, you're the problem, or two, they're the problem. And it's best to just cut ties, deal with the pain, and move on. Like it's not the end of the world. There are billions of other people out there. Surely you can find another and live your life.
If I was this person, I would have killed myself at the end of this conversation.
Well, what's your advice? What would you say? What's your opinion?
Man,
I mean, I just think it's a little much to end your life over a relationship, though. I mean, that's just my thinking. It's just a firewood. Yeah, I just think it's a little much to end your life over a relationship that's gone bad or something like that. Like, that's such a how can I put this?
So they said that they wasted their 20s in an abusive relationship.
So obviously they're 30.
Yeah. I think that there's still so much to live for, and it's really hard for me to say this. The main thing is like this seems like this is a very obvious cry for help, and it's like for people like that, if you're wanting help, then take a step and like go get help. Don't just be posting on subreddits and stuff. And it's like there's plenty of free clinics and free therapists out there. Or I don't know about free therapists, but at least cheap therapists. And reach out to somebody. Somebody loves you. Somebody cares about you. Somebody doesn't want to have to clean up your mess after you're gone. And I hate wasting time. I hate it when people waste my time, and I hate it when I waste my own time. And so, like, I get, you feel like you wasted a good chunk of your life, but there's still so much left in your life.
Yeah, live it until you can't. I don't think I have anything else to give advice on. Just don't get stuck in the moment. Like, yeah, it sucks. Move on. There's more to life than a bad relationship.
You ever heard the term perception is reality?
Perception is reality. And in life, you can go through a lot of perceptions.
Yeah. I mean, it's like changing a pair of glasses.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about like other people's pain. You'll never be able to know someone else's pain, because your pain on a situation could be entirely different than my pain on a situation. So, like I said, this is advice, and my advice would be keep yourself busy. If you're not in a gym, go to a gym, work out, go running, do something that's just going to keep you busy. And then until whatever's bothering you doesn't bother you anymore, keep running, keep working out, keep yourself busy. What would you want them to do? Just sit there at home and
no, I think
wallow?
I think make either have like a fresh start, move somewhere else if you can. If you're not cared about going to college anymore, then yeah, drop out. Find something new, change up your life a little bit. which I mean, I guess going to the gym, you know, that's kind of in there too. And I think it's all that.
Another thing, this dude said that I know for sure my mom and dad want a grandkid.
Oh no, this is a different one.
Oh, all right, never mind then. Never mind. My bad. All right,
This one's about being gay.
okay, we'll read that one.
Okay. I feel guilty for my dad after coming out. My parents both support me coming out as gay, but I can't help but feel guilty. I know for sure my mom and dad wanted grandchildren and a normal life. And while they support me, there is deep guilt in my chest that I'm going to be the end of the bloodline. I have no idea if this is normal. I love my mom and dad, and whilst I know they didn't make me expecting me to be straight or have kids, but I can't help thinking I robbed them of something they were looking forward to. I just hope it's normal thing to think.
Okay, so this hints on the whole bloodline thing. And, well, I mean, the dude can still have kids.
Yeah, I mean, the first comment is you can absolutely still have kids either through surrogacy or adoption.
Yeah, so I mean that can be easily fixed. Yeah, I don't really see why this guy's so hung up about it. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be expensive unless you can find some girl to carry it. But if not, you're gonna have to pay for a surrogate or whatnot. But trying to think of something for this guy. It's kind of hard. All right, let me put myself in his shoes. If I was gay and I came out, if I was gay and I came out of the closet and my mom and dad was upset because they think it's the end of our bloodline. Yeah, I would just save up and buy a surrogate. I mean, that's pretty simple.
What if they just don't want to have kids?
Well, if they don't want to have kids, then mom and dad just gonna have to get over it. They're just gonna have to either mom and dad just gonna try again, and maybe my brother will have better luck. But I guess that's mom and dad's problem, really. So yeah, I don't know what else to say to this one.
Okay.
For the TikTok people, this is Sean.
Wait, why you gotta say my name?
Or Postman. Somebody said, who's the guy sitting next to you?
Okay, so this one, I need new friends. For some context, I, 14 years old, came out as trans female about 4 months ago. Recently, I finally realized how horrible my friends are to me. They don't even care that I have a different name. They aren't friends. They are bullies. I'm not good at talking to new people, so I'm stuck in a toxic friendship. Recently, I got together with my best friend, and my other friends don't know, and for good reason. My best friend, my other friend. Oh. You're freaky with your best friend.
Okay.
So I just had a few things I want to say about this.
All right, let's hear it.
I don't think that kids should be making transitions.
I'm also with that.
Like, I think just wait till you're 18. Wait until you're an adult.
Wait until your brain develops
before
you try to change yourself a way that you can't change back. And I wasn't for sure if I was gonna comment about this, but why is there like an explosion of trans, gay, and like all this other stuff? Like, is it like just like a phase, or like, I know the whole government thing with like DAI and all that crap. I don't know if that's the consequences of what's happening, but I mean, I'm not against it. The way I view things is it's your life. You live it how you want it. You know, I don't really care. I just don't get like what has happened, because if you go, like I've seen it, like you go out to stores and stuff and they stick out like a sore thumb. I'm not trying to characterize or whatever, but you can definitely tell. And I just don't exactly, where am I going with this? I don't exactly, I wouldn't say I don't know what it is, but I don't get like the whole thing with it.
I don't get like the obsession with it. I don't get like why is it so important? You know, it's like, okay, you decided that you're this now, like good for you. Let's move on. And why's it got to be such a big deal?
Yeah.
You know, and I really don't think that, you know, a freshman in high school should be.
Well, see, I think all that is like, especially if they're, teenage or like not above 18. I think that's all like a phase that's currently going through right now. And I think in like the next 10 years, I don't think we'll really see it.
I think it's hard
Just
to say.
because 15 years ago, you didn't see all the.
It's because people weren't as accepting back then. People are more accepting of this kind of stuff.
Well, there was always like closet gays or whatever, but there was never like a spiritual trans or whatever. They got so many letters now on their label.
You know what? I do have a concrete opinion on this. I think it. Oh man, should I say this?
Say it.
I think there's only two genders, and I think you're one or the other. Tacos or hot dogs. And
Okay.
like if you're a taco and you want to be a hot dog, do it. You're a hot dog and you want to be a taco, do it. But once you've made that transition, you don't get to play on both fields. You're one or the other.
Well, Trump just signed a law saying that trans couldn't be in women's sports. So, like I said, I think all of it is. I wouldn't say all of it, but I would say a good majority of what we're seeing is like a phase, especially if they're under 18. Because, like, I'll be honest, I didn't know who I was when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I wasn't gay, but I didn't know who I was as a person. I mean, partly I still don't even know. Like, I'm still going through life, enjoying different experiences and hobbies, and
You can come out of the closet tomorrow.
nah, I'm too in debt into the straight field or whatever. But yeah, I'm still learning new things and trying to get into new hobbies and this and that, and seeing how I am as a person. Like, if I'm still uncertain at, God, I hate saying this, at 30, I know for a fact a 15-year-old don't know who the fuck they are. So the whole thing with like, God, I'm gonna get so much hate. The whole thing with them trying to justify that they're he, she, they, them, whatever. I mean, that's just all in the mind, in a phase. I just hope that clears up, and yeah, hopefully people just live their life and try to live a positive life. Just be happy, be grateful, be humble.
Well, I kind of hate, like, there's a surge of all these adults, like, making that kind of lifestyle change, right? And it gets a lot of, like, media coverage for some reason. And, like, on TikTok and other social platforms. And I hate that I feel like that is influencing
Others.
the kids,
Yeah.
and being like, man, like, I should rethink, do I need to rethink who I am? Like, maybe I am gay. And like, they get confused and they're just like, well,
Now I'm gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying that, like, you can't be gay in high school and stuff, or even like as a child, but as far as like transitioning from one gender to the other, that I feel should wait until you're 18.
I think they should wait till their brain's developed. And if you're a male, unfortunately, in most cases, your brain isn't developed until you're 25. Females develop surprisingly faster than males. They're usually anywhere from 17 to 20 range.
I'm gonna stick with the 18, and I feel that way about a lot of things, because if you can die for this country, then you should be able to do whatever you want.
That is a good point. But I think that's it. I don't really know what the. Oh well, they need new friends. So
Yeah.
I'll give some advice on this. So if you need new friends, I mean, obviously it's going to be tough with the whole trans category you put yourself in. So obviously you're probably either going to have to find some open-minded people or some other trans type people.
I think, and not to interrupt, but if this is like what you made up your mind that you're doing, and it's like no one else is going to change your mind,
You're going to have to commit.
that-
So there's going to be some lonely times.
you're going to have to commit, and it's like you made that choice,
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I feel like any type of drastic change like that, is hard for friends to come around to, because it's like, what if tomorrow you were like, hey man, I'm joining the military. Like that's a huge change, something that I have to like work with and get my mind around and accept. Like, how is this friendship going to work now that you're joining the military?
No.
Or like, hey man, I'm an alcoholic now.
Yeah. And that happens. I mean, I got friends that went down that road. But yeah, regardless, hopefully everybody just, try to live a positive life and be humble and be grateful for what you got. You got any others?
No, I think I'm ready to wrap up.
Yes, the Poor Therapy number still works. We had to change it. But yeah, if you want, message me and we'll set it up. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for tonight. We're gonna go ahead and end it, and hopefully everybody has a good night. If you want to talk to us, we'll talk about any subject or whatever. If you got a problem or want somebody's opinion on a problem or a solution or whatever, just call the number on the bottom of the screen or text it. And we'll set up a time that you can call us and we'll talk to you and give you poor therapy. So, so we'll be going live next Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you.
Peace.
Later.